Hi guys, the last bastion of freedom, Spotify, lost the battle against Marxism. 100 plus episodes of Joe Rogan podcast got removed. If you think it has something to do with the original accusation of COVID misinformation, you're completely wrong. The episode with anti-vaxxer Dr. Robert Maloney is still there. So what is being removed? Well, bunch of right-wing guests which have views incompatible with the global woke movement. These are people like Alex Jones, Sargon of Akkad, Stefan Molyneux, and many more less known ones. These are people who used to be popular YouTubers, but then they were all banned from social platforms in a great purge like 2 years ago. It's important that these people didn't violate any terms of the service, just they got banned because Big Tech decided that these people spread dangerous ideas incomparable with neo-Marxism. As Stalin once said, with the approach of communism, the class struggle will be accelerated. Therefore, all the repressions are fully justified. Now we are getting a new level of unprecedented censorship. It's not allowed to publicly talk with people who got banned, because they are declared the enemies of the people. It's like back in Soviet Union, if novelists got cancelled for some reason, all the libraries were asked to destroy all the copies of his or her books. If someone from the Soviet government got cancelled, they had to rewrite all the history books as fast as possible and replace all the libraries with them. This is exactly the same situation we're heading to. What will be the next steps of the covert tech? You won't be able to mention the name of the banned people. You know, in modern Russia they have an interesting law about foreign agents, and if someone is marked by the government as a foreign agent, every Russian registered media must explicitly mention that in all videos and posts on social medias when they mention that person. If you don't comply, there is a huge fine for each violation. I think we are really close to that kind of repressive system. Instead of a fine, you will get a permanent ban. For example, imagine if you want to say Alex Jones was talking about climate change. Instead, the policy would require you to say Alex Jones, who is a registered misinformator, was talking about climate change, which is a registered scientific consensus theory. It might sound bizarre, but this is a very likely direction we are heading to. To divert your attentions from that ridiculous story, they created another one. Joe Rogan apparently is a racist and we need to cancel him completely. Someone made a compilation of Joe Rogan using N-words, of course completely taken out of context, but who cares? White men can't say N-words. Well, unless you're Joe Biden.
We already have a nigger mayor, we don't need any more nigger big shots.
Nigger here next.
But no one cancels Sleepy Joe yet. Recently I have been listening a bunch of audiobooks from 1950s where authors use N-words without any racial prejudice just to describe black people, because back then this was a normal printable word. Then leftists came and decided to cancel it, but they did it only for white people, and black people completely ignored this bullshit because wokeness, it's not their thing. Another racist claim is that Joe Rogan said it was like we were in Africa, it was like we were in the planet of apes. Obviously taken out of the context, he was clearly referring to the movie Planet of the Apes that he just watched, not suggesting anything as you might have thought. And by the way, I've just opened Wikipedia and humans are considered great apes there. Can we cancel Wikipedia now? Tweet from someone named Sally Hunt, probably a white, non-binary great ape. I'm a great ape as well, just to be clear. There is a Marxist logo there. She is offended by Joe Rogan, saying that it would be nice to have a perfect genetical mix of the body of a black man and brain of a white man.
What are you?
Dad's black, mom's white. Standard issue, pretty much.
Powerful combination genetic-wise, right? You get the body of the black man, and then you get the mind of the white man all together in some strange combination.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go with
strongest combinations of all time.
I would say so.
Yeah, you get the body of the black man, and then you get the mind of the white man. That doesn't, by the way, mean that black people don't have brains. It's a different brain. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying it's clearly black people have the superior bodies.
Right.
You got to be crazy to argue with that. Greatest athletes of all time.
When Joe talks about black bodies, Sally understands the context that statistically speaking, there are more black people with extraordinary genes, which makes them great athletes. And it doesn't mean that all black people are designed to be a better athletes. But when it comes to brain, Joe is a racist because he assumed that all whites are smarter. This is Hegelian dialectics. Another user on Twitter questioned the Cosmopolitan cover with fat woman, and this is healthy statement. This must be labeled as misinformation because obesity is no less dangerous than COVID. If you still remember that old irrelevant musician Neil Young, who was the first person to remove himself from the Spotify, well, apparently he blamed gay people for AIDS and even publicly used the word faggot. Can we please cancel him from the all streaming platforms now? Now seriously, this story will have long consequences. Joe Rogan won't be cancelled, but the freedom of speech will be gradually limited. Compare now with what it used to be just 2 years ago, we have so many prohibited topics we are not allowed to discuss. Everything is even slightly controversial must be labeled with the fact checkers. Public theory was banned for a long time across all the platforms, and now it's pretty much an official version, and no one apologized and promised us not to do the same kind of shit in the future. They're playing with fire. They really want to have 1930s to be repeated. Learn some history. Hitler and Mussolini were elected democratically for a simple reason. People were extremely afraid of communism after they saw the Red Mob completely destroy Russia. As soon as people realized that the Communist Party is growing in their own countries, they were ready to give up the democracy and elect evil fascist dictators. As soon as people realized that there is no way to limit Marxism in tech using democratical methods, they will do exactly the same. And this is really, really scary. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.